Hey guys, it's Phil Graham. Welcome to the Fitness Entrepreneur Show. We are just after an incredible online fitness business growth summit, which we held towards the end of March. We had hundreds of online coaches and personal trainers and gym owners from all around the world, as far as Kuala Lumpur, Hawaii, Australia, New Zealand, right through to my local hometown, Belfast. So really exciting. Thank you for all that attended. Safe to say it was an epic event. They always are. Loaded with value from start to finish. Love hosting them every single year. And hopefully we get to have an in-person one again soon. More details on that very, very soon. Now, what I want to talk about is a really important subject that's on the forefront of everybody's mind. Can you believe that it's literally been over a year since we went into lockdown, since we were told that we couldn't train, it was illegal to personal train, it was illegal to exercise? Just super weird. Made very aware that one of the big risk factors to dying with COVID was obesity and other underlying health conditions, and find it a little bit weird that we weren't allowed to train, we weren't allowed to exercise, and it was just super odd. And from a personal trainer, online coach, and gym owner's perspective, I think it's safe to say that everybody sort of didn't know what was happening and sort of didn't believe it until things started to really officially lock down, and we all thought we were going to be under military sanction for a long period of time, which many places in the world were, and many places still are. But long story short, we're in the UK, and we're coming to an end of lockdown. I think the UK is subject to lift its lockdown restrictions come mid-April, but there has actually been talk of a third wave and looming loomers of additional lockdowns. And what I want to do today is I want to share some principles on how I feel you should prepare as a fitness professional and key things that you should have in mind in order to protect yourself, minimize the downside of any threat to your business, and also maximize the potential of opportunity that's going to present itself, which I definitely think there will be. There's always opportunity. I, for one, got to see firsthand how wealthy online personal trainers got over that period because their marketplace didn't have anything else to do throughout the day. And of course, people consume social media and online programs and courses and education and coaching like nothing else before. So we saw a massive surge with online coaches and a lot of personal trainers and gym owners going into the online world. And we actually saw a lot of gym owners struggle. Let's have a moment of respect here to realize that gym owners have probably had the hardest time of their lives. A bricks and mortar business is without a shadow of a doubt far harder to run and operate than an online fitness business. And many of you online coaches and personal trainers listening to this actually need to understand just how hard it is when you've got rates, when you've got rent, when you've got a team. That's some scary stuff, especially if you can't serve your clients or you're not comfortable with being online. And one big mistake that I saw a lot of gym owners make is they weren't quick enough to pivot their services online and put their prices up. Instead, they went ultra low ticket, tried to do Zoom workouts, and it just turned into a disaster for many. But some have now realized that, and they've actually started going online this far out. And I think everybody listening to this right now, if you are in the fitness industry, your insurance policy is definitely having an online offer and definitely a solid price point that allows you to profit during any time where your gym or the gym that you work at, if you are an in-person trainer, gets locked down. So I want to run through a couple of things that I've noted down here. First things first, what is the big problem that we're all sort of experiencing? Well, everybody's sort of tired, pissed off, and bored. And the reality is, trying to get in shape over the last year or so has been a lot more challenging without the access to gym equipment. Even look at the cost of gym equipment. It has gone through the roof. I have a couple of friends that own commercial gym equipment facilities that manufacture gym equipment and send it all around the world. And their businesses has grown like nothing else. You try to get weights equipment on Amazon or anything else, it's just super hard because people want to create their own home gyms and supply outweighs demand in many ways. So we've got a lot of frustrated people. We've got a lot of people that are just fed up. And we've also got shifting timetables, rumors of next lockdowns and all this kind of stuff happening. And the reality is, some of us don't know whether we're coming or going. But let's look at the opportunity and the window that's going to present itself when lockdown is lifted and gyms do reopen. One, there's a ton of people that are overweight, fat, and fed up. They literally have let lockdown get to them. They haven't been looking after themselves. They haven't been looking after their body, and they need your service now more than ever. And over lockdown, if you've been doing things properly, you will have built a total body and mind transformation style program that will have education in it, training in it, accountability in it, and a degree of community in it, where you bring all of your market together and serve them. On top of that, last but not least, something that I shared at one of our live events is people are craving transformation. They want to reinvent themselves. They've had a year of hell, the worst year of their life, mentally, physically. Of course, people have been out walking and swinging in parks, but there's only so much of that you can do. And the reality is sometimes people haven't even known if they can meet up with other people to actually work out. So I want to just share 5 little nuggets. Now, there's a million things that I could share, but I want to give you 5 things to think about in order to thrive as a personal trainer or an online coach coming out of lockdown. So here's what they are. Number 1, expand your target market's thinking. Your target market, safe to say, over the last year have had compressed thinking, where things have been going wrong, the world's a mess, everything's going wrong. You need to be that beacon of hope, that leader, that person that's driving certainty into your market's mind. Understand, when you do that properly, your market will want a piece of you. It's a bit of certainty that you have in yourself that they don't have in themselves. And the reality is, when they see that certainty and they see that leadership, they will be drawn towards it like a light. So make sure that your content is actually saying to people, hey, here's what we do, here's how we do it, and here's how to get it. Let them know that you are certain that you can help them. Showcase your results, showcase your learning, showcase your program, give behind the scenes, and let them know that this is the best thing that they're going to do. Talk about your services confidently and talk about the opportunity. Try not to talk about the big problem over lockdown. Try to have an enlightened element to your content that's actually inspiring and not repeating all the bad news that is on the news all the time. Number 2, relevance over intelligence. Nobody cares how smart you are. What they care about is the result that you get them. So keep in mind the result and the aspiration that your target market want to have coming out of lockdown. Now, that result will be entirely different for somebody who specializes in show prep versus somebody who specializes in coaching busy professionals to somebody who specializes in coaching mobility or education, whatever that may be. I work with a lot of different fitness entrepreneurs that work with different markets, and they all have designed relevant material and messaging that is in line with their market's big aspirations. Aspirations are what they really dream of and what they want to achieve. So make sure you've got relevancy, okay? Number 3, collect as much cash as possible. Think about charging upfront. Get really good at your sales skills. Don't stop selling. I know that sounds quite hardcore, but realize this. The more cash you collect, the safer your business is. It's as simple as that. So if you're charging the typical standard $150 a month for online coaching, it's taking you a long time to collect that cash, right? Inside Authority Network and all the other programs that I run, I teach our clients how to charge for the solution front up, so they get paid from day one, the maximum value for their service that they believe they're worth at that time, instead of getting it drip fed over time, which exposes you to a lot of risk. Client changes their mind, life gets in the way, all sorts of stuff go wrong. Whenever you charge a client up front, they are much more likely to pay more attention. You're much more likely to be confident in the delivery of the service. And it also creates a buffer in terms of protecting you and minimizing your downside against running out of money or running out of cash. And if that happened during lockdown and you ran out of cash and cash flow is tight, it just goes to show your financial model around collecting cash in respect to your offer that you offer as a service in your fitness business is simply not strong enough. And if you want help in shaping that up, please don't be afraid to drop me a DM and I'll send you over some assets. Just send me a DM with the word offer and I'll send you over some bits and pieces, training materials, toolkits, PDFs. We have a ton of resources in the back end. So I'm more than happy to share on that. Next but not least, show the marketplace that haven't worked with you how you led a community through lockdown. Show people the results that you got during lockdown with restricted measures and let them know what's possible when things open back up. They want to see leadership. Show pictures of your community. You've probably seen me do that throughout social media, where I've been standing with hundreds of people behind me on Zoom. That doesn't happen by chance. People flock to work with me. People flock to our events because of the sheer value, the content, the community, the energy, the inspiration, and the peer group that they're a part of. You want your market to do the same. So you've got to be able to build that up over time. And a community is one of the most important elements that you can build. And it is definitely something that I'm going to shoot some future content on, because I see so many people struggle to produce great content and community in line with it. All right. Last but not least, focus on what you can control. You can focus on three things. And I can't remember who it was that originally thought of this concept, but you can focus on stuff that you can control, stuff that you can't control, and stuff that you can influence. When you focus on the stuff that you can't control, it engulfs the stuff that you can influence and the stuff that you can control. When you don't focus on the stuff that you can't control and you focus on the stuff that you can influence and you can control, it completely overrides the stuff that you can't control. So ask yourself that situation, that question every single day. What can I control today? What can I not control? What can I influence? And lean in on the stuff that you can control and the stuff that you can influence. Anyway, short, sharp, and to the point. I hope that was hyper valuable. Please give the show a rating. Click subscribe below here, wherever you are. Share it. It really means the world to us if you can do that to help us grow this mission, bring incredible guests on, and of course, allow me to continue to deliver great value to you guys. So over and out. Love you loads, and let's really conquer and crush post-lockdown. See you soon.